Well, it's the biggest mass participation event in Britain. It happens to be in the North East. It's a national event that happens in the region, and we're really pleased that it's been the biggest event of its kind in Britain since it first started in 1981. So it's a great event, masses of people. Tyneside opens its heart to these people. The event actually happens because Tyneside says, come and join us, take part, this is our place. So it's not us that really organises the Great North Run, it's the mass public that organises the Great North Run. And for us it's a great thing to be part of, and we're very, very happy that it's growing as it is. It's seen on television all around the country and all around the world. So it's a major event for the region, and we're happy about that.
Well, I was involved in the very first one. Brendan rang me up and asked me if I would come. I was playing with Southampton at the time, so I wore half a Newcastle strip and half a Sunderland strip, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think calling it a fun run is probably a bit much because it's hard work, especially if you're competitive. And I can remember running that day, a very, very hot day. But the thing I'll take most is the people on the sidelines, how they encouraged everybody. And the greatest people in the world were the ones who were giving you drinks on a hot day. They're angels. Yeah. And I came back a second time to push a wheelchair, the 13.5 miles, and for muscular dystrophy, and that was fantastic. I had a whole team of people pushing wheelchairs, and again, it's hard work, but with everyone's help and a lot of encouragement, we finally got to South Shields.
So tell us why tonight's important and honouring the people who take part in it.
Well, I think it's so important because, when the event goes on TV, because of the way TV is, it's got to be about, the celebrities and names, the people who are running who wouldn't normally run but who have made it in other walks of life. So it tends to get very focused on celebrities. But the real truth is that the Great North Run is about much, much more than that. And the people, you've got the police, you've got the army, you've got the ambulance people, you've got St John's Ambulance Brigade, you've got all the people who do the water, the people who have to organise, all the stewarding. I mean, so it's our chance to say to them, well, you might be forgotten on the day sometimes because what you do isn't always talked about, but it's not forgotten by the people who are running it, and that's what tonight's about.
So you're going to be taking part in the run this year?
No, not at the moment we're not. I've got 10 places allocated to runners for my charity, so I thought it was best to give them away first. But if I can get through the marathon in a fortnight, who knows? Never say never. I'd like to do my local run, but we'll see.
So why do you think the Great North Run is such an important event?
Well, I think it speaks volumes for itself. It's massively supported. It's if not the biggest half marathon, well, it certainly is in my eyes. And I think the fact that it takes place here in the North East as well, really well organised, and it gets lots of support.
And have you done the run before in the past? Or?
No, I haven't. I've worked it. My time as a traffic cop, or when I was on shifts, we've certainly been involved in the logistics side of things. And again, that's it's testament to the organisers. It runs so smoothly with very little involvement.
And tonight's obviously about honouring the people who have taken part in the past and who, raised a lot of money. So I mean, why do you think it's important to recognise those people?
Well, I think it's. I often say it's about what people do in their life to make a difference, and most of the people, if not all of the people in here this evening, have made a difference to other people, and that's the benchmark, isn't it? You can live a lifetime doing nothing or a lifetime doing everything.
I mean, when we first ran in it, I think even Brendan, if you'd have said to him, 30 years later, you'd have 55,000 runners in it. I mean, I don't think anyone would have ever thought that. But it's a great testament to, obviously, people like Brendan and the people of the North East. They make it so special, and that's what I think is so good about it. It's not about Newcastle or Sunderland or Middlesbrough or Darlington or Hartlepool. It's about everybody, and people come from all over the world to run in it. My daughter ran in it 2 years ago and tried to beat my time, so and I think she's going to have another go because she didn't quite manage it, and eventually I think she'll do it.
We're privileged tonight to be able to say thank you and well done to Ingrid Christensen, who was one of the world's greatest marathon runners and distance runners. She came along in 1985 or 6, won the Great North Run. We're saying a thank you and a well done to Sir Chris Chataway, who at the age of 79 is running 1 hour 30 minutes, under 1 hour 30 for the Great North Run. We've got a couple of other little surprises, but we've got the Catterick Garrison coming up en masse, so we can say thank you for all the years that Catterick Garrison have helped us organise the Great North Run. So it's a few little thank yous, but there's a few other ones that you'll have to wait for the details to come out from tonight.
Okay, great.